Good day, everybody. It's Daniel here, and this is our next Emotional English Podcast episode where we learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, filled with energy, and of course, positively. Today, I want to say some words about the new mini story, which is coming up. The great story with a moral. It's called The Golden Egg. But before we start, I want to say a couple words about my upcoming event. It's called Emotional English Live event in Moscow from 5th of March, right? 5th of March. We have an event from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. Moscow time. And if you want to reserve your seat, please find the link down below and reserve your seat now. If you have something to say about our podcast, just go to my Instagram page, Bondarison, right? At Bondarison, and you will find me on Instagram. I don't know why. I've tried to find myself with a link. It didn't work for some reasons. I don't know. This slash thing doesn't work. But if you have something to say about the podcast, maybe your feedback, maybe some words which you want to see or hear in our podcast, just let me know. I'm welcoming all interesting thoughts about our podcast because we want to learn English in an interesting way, right? So that's the point of our podcast. So let's begin our today's conversation with The Golden Egg. This story is quite an interesting one because we have a very similar story in Russia, so in our Russian culture, but the animal is different. So we have a chicken, right? And here we have a goose, right? A goose. Two different birds, but the story is pretty the same, with the same moral thing. And we have here 4 paragraphs. I'm going to read these and I'm going to comment it with my own thoughts. And then I'll ask you a couple questions about the context. Okay. It's a good revision exercise so we can revise our old vocab and just discuss the topic. Let's start. I'm going to read the first paragraph now. Once upon a time, a farmer had a goose that laid 1 golden egg every day. The egg provided enough money for the farmer and his wife to support their daily needs. The farmer and his wife continued to be happy for a long time. That's the end of the first paragraph. So once upon a time, it's the construction to say that once for a while, once upon a time, there was a day, right? And during that day, something happened. So a farmer had a goose that laid 1 golden egg every day. So the farmer had a bird. The bird is white. It's a goose. It's like chicken, but it's bigger, right? And some people like to eat the meat of goose. I don't. I think I've never tried it, so that's the point of things. But goose, it's a bigger bird than a chicken, more powerful, and it can bite you sometimes, right? So, and that goose laid 1 golden egg every day. So imagine the bird, and when the bird laid something, it means that the bird produces 1 golden egg every day, right? So laid 1 golden egg, right? And produced 1 golden egg every day. So that's the thing. The egg provided enough money for the farmer and his wife to support their daily needs. So, the value of that egg was enough for providing and supporting the daily needs of our farmer and wife, and his wife. Okay? So that's the thing. The farmer and his wife continued to be happy for a long time. So they were very happy because every day they've got an egg provided by the goose and they're all set. But how the story ends, right? But okay, let's listen next. I will ask you a couple questions. So what kind of animal does the farmer have? Yes, the farmer has a goose. A goose. It's like a chicken, but much bigger. It can bite you. I think it's more smart animal because it's bigger, I guess. And what this type of goose, what the goose does. Okay, it does lay one egg every day, right? It laid one golden egg every day, and the egg provided enough money for the farmers and his wife life, or not enough money. The value was enough or not enough. Of course, enough. It was enough to give enough support for their daily needs. Okay. So, farmer and wife, they were happy for a long time, or they were sad. They were happy, of course. They were happy because a goose, laid one golden egg every day. And that is very good. Let's go to the second paragraph now. But one day the farmer thought to himself, why should we take just one egg a day? Why can't we take them all at once and make a lot of money? The farmer told his wife his idea, and she foolishly agreed. What a wonderful paragraph. One day the farmer thought, let me think. The farmer was thinking, and then the thought appeared to his mind. The crazy, outrageous thought. Why should we take just one egg a day? Why? We deserve more, he thought. We deserve more. Why should we take just one egg a day? Why can't we take them all at once and make a lot of money? Right? What a greedy idea. What a greedy idea. When you have a lot of thoughts about money and collecting money and thinking and saving a lot of money in a crazy way. So you're getting greedy. Greedy, it's a person who is thinking only about the money and money becoming his own priority number one. And that's not a good thing to have, okay? So the farmer told his wife his idea, and she foolishly agreed. Foolishly, okay? So foolish means in a weird way. So mistakenly, I would say. Foolish, it's not a good way of thinking. When the person is foolish, his thoughts are not correct, okay? He's thinking in a crazy way, in a unlogical probably, or not realistically. The guy is thinking unrealistically. That's not a good way of thinking, right? Foolishly, and she foolishly what? Agreed. She said, yes, it's a good idea. Let's make a lot of money, she said, okay? And why should we take just one egg, the farmer said, right? Let's collect all of these eggs together and make a lot of money. What a foolish mistake. What a foolish thought. So guys, why this area is very foolish? Why it's kind of stupid to think this way? What do you think? Because if you do have something, respect what you got. There is a knowledge, the philosophical knowledge I've told you before. It's called Stoicism. And inside of the Stoicism, the practical way of living is the most important. And most people, they think illogical, right? Illogically, I would say. They have the thoughts disconnected with their own reality and with their own life. So they live in a crazy world, in a fantasy world, disconnected with reality. And the practicism is vitally important because you can practically think about an idea, and you can go super deep into this idea, and you can create something valuable for yourself. You can create an idea which transform your life. And in this case, something really bad happened, right? The foolish idea came up, and that was a disaster. Why that was a disaster? Because when you have enough, why do you want to have more? You have enough, but you want to have more. And this moreness kind of collapsing your lifestyle. Now you have no chance to become better because you just catastrophically destroying or demolishing the basement you've got already. And that's a big catastrophe for yourself, okay? So don't make this mistake. When you do have something, let's say you have a good business. Yes, this business is small, but when I want more money, when it's enough for you, respect what you got and evolve gradually, step by step, without a crazy, foolish moves, okay? Without a foolish steps. Be gradual. Be gradual. If someone's saying to you, hey, listen, there is a technique. You can learn English super fast, like 2 weeks and you can speak. 2 weeks and you can achieve all your goals in English. Be smart. Be smart. You have been working on your English for a very long time and you really think that 2 weeks technique can really help you? It's a foolish mistake. You should understand that there are no perfect ways to learn English. There is the only one way which motivates you. And this way is on you. You decide what you like to do. You decide how do you want to learn your language. Do you want to read? Do you want to listen? Do you want to watch something in English? Do you want to use grammar rules? It's up to you. What is interesting for you? That is important. All right? Okay. So I'm just a little bit out of this question again. Okay. So why that was a stupid mistake? Because there was a big risk. There was a big risk. The risk to lose everything. And they didn't expect that. They foolishly didn't expect that. So the next one. Let's go without any spoilers. Then the next day, as the goose laid its golden egg, the farmer was quick with a sharp knife. He killed the goose and cut its stomach open, in the hopes of finding all its golden eggs, but as he opened the stomach, the only thing he found was guts and blood. Guts and blood. That's the end of the third paragraph. Okay, let's go step by step now. Then the next day, as the goose laid its own golden egg, the farmer was quick with a sharp knife. Let's imagine there is a farmer and he had a knife, sharp, like ouch, ouch. You touch the knife and your finger can get bloody, right? Because the knife is very sharp. It's can cut very effectively. So goose laid its golden egg, like normally, and the farmer was very quick. So he was there. He was there at that very moment. And he killed the goose and cut its stomach open. It means he used his knife and he made a cut. He cut the stomach of our goose and he opened it. He opened it, okay? And in the hopes of finding all its golden eggs. He thought like, probably there are many, many, many golden eggs inside of the goose, right? But as he opened the stomach, it's the area when you eat food, right? Your food goes to the stomach area. Some people have big stomachs. Some people have, small stomachs, I would say. But goose had stomach as well. And farmer had opened the stomach, okay? The only thing he found was guts and blood. By the way, the word gut is very interesting. When you say guts, it's the long things inside of your stomach. It's an organs, the specific organ inside of your stomach. But some people say gut as a stomach, so they can use the word gut to explain the word stomach. But here we have guts and blood, so it's like the components of your stomach, which you have inside, and a lot of blood, right? There were no golden egg or golden eggs at all. There were none there, okay? So the thing, what I want to ask you here, did the farmer find anything inside of the goose stomach? Of course not. There were nothing there. None, right? So he killed the goose purposely to find what? He wanted to find a lot of golden eggs, right? A lot of golden eggs, but he found 1 egg, 5 eggs, or none. He found none. He found nothing inside. And that was a big mistake of his wife, right? No, not his wife. Husband, of course. But, his wife just foolishly agreed with an idea, but it was not her total mistake, her total foolishness, right? The big foolishness was on the farmer because he killed the goose with his sharp knife. True? True. Let's go next. Next paragraph is the last one. Last but not least. The farmer quickly realized his foolish mistake and proceeded to cry over his lost resource. As the days went on, the farmer and his wife became poorer and poorer and poorer and poorer. How jinxed and how foolish they were. Yes, that's the end of the story. Let's go step by step and let's discuss each statement step by step. Okie dokie. Let's start with the first one. The farmer quickly realized his foolish mistake and proceeded to cry over his lost resource. Yeah, imagine you've lost your business or somebody else lost their business, right? It's terrible, right? You feel very bad because you lost the profit. You lost the opportunity to make money. And that's very, very sad. You thought one thing, but another thing happened with you. What a crazy mistake made, right? And the farmer quickly realized that, right? It was a foolish mistake. Big mistake, right? Stupid mistake. And he started to cry. He proceeded, it means the same. He started to cry over his lost resource. He was like, oh my God, no, my golden eggs, where are they? Right? And he lost the goose, right? He lost the goose, like, oh my God, I wanted my goose and golden egg every day, right? He realized what a foolish, stupid man he was, right? He killed the only one resource, right? And he lost the resource. And now he proceeded to cry. He's crying badly and realizing his foolish mistake. What a poor farmer. As the days went on, it means the days went, or one day after another, as the days went on, the farmer and his wife became poorer, and poorer. So they were not rich, okay? No golden eggs, no money, no provision, no resource. They became poorer, very poor. How jinxed! How foolish they were. Oh, yeah. By the way, let me double check the jinxed. So I know this word. It's the word related to, let's imagine when you jinxed, somebody thought about you in a bad way. And you've got that result. You ended up with that result. So people think, I want that guy to die. And then in the end, you die. Or I want that guy to have no profit, no money, and then you ended up with no profit, right? It's called jinxed. You were jinxed, okay? But let me double check the pronunciation. Yeah, that's the jinxed correct pronunciation. Another kind of, another pronunciation or another word, it's called hoodoo. Hoodoo, right? Never hoodoo. Hoodoo. If you were a kid and you remember the game with a never hood, right? And this is a hoodoo. It's like the unsuccess, total unsuccess. When you hoodooing, it means that you are kind of making unsuccess to other people, right? Unsuccessful actions, right? You're making the unsuccess to people. And that is very, very bad. Okay, let's go back and let's see how jinxed and how foolish they were. So they were disappointed, they were foolish, they were kind of in a big disaster. They felt very, very bad. So my couple questions to you here, guys. What the farmer quickly realized? What did he realize? What did he realize? He realized that he made non-mistakes. No mistakes? No. There was a mistake, right? There was a mistake, foolish mistake, right? And he started to laugh. A lot of laughter out there, right? No laughter at all. No laughter. Only crying, and crying, right? He was crying under something, right? He was crying over what? Over his lost of resource, right? Lost resources. He lost the only one resource which were producing money for him. And he was, of course, disappointed, foolishly disappointed. And then, in the end, as the days went on, the farmer and his wife became richer, and richer, or poorer, and poorer. Of course, obviously, they became poorer. But why? Why did it happen? It happened because they were totally jinxed. They were totally fucked up. Sorry to use that. Okay, they were totally broke. They were broke. They had nothing now. They have nothing now because they lost the resource, right? There were no goose which laid golden eggs, okay? No goose anymore. No golden eggs. Nothing. So, and finally we came up to the moral. The moral of the story came up, right? Never act before you think. Never act before you think. That's a very important moral of the day. And let's talk about it. Just a little bit. Let's go out from this mini story and let's discuss. Nowadays, people act not very smartly, right? Without a purpose. They just, remember, we had this podcast about reacting and responsing, right? So most people, they are reacting. They don't respond because not enough consciousness, not enough thoughts, not enough thinking, right? About the problem or life or situation or work, right? And this moral of our story giving us this piece of knowledge. We should think before we act. We should think in a short run or in a long run. Of course, in the long run, we need to think purposefully with the thoughts about our future. Let's imagine you learn the language and you think, okay, I want to speak English. And you're doing something, at least you starting your program, you've bought your first book, you've downloaded some podcasts, right? And then you everything was on your computer, right? So you've downloaded all the resources. You were using your computer, and then you was like thinking, okay, now I can speak English. Now I'm just so good. I do have podcasts. I do have a book. I'm learning. I'm studying. And then you just, okay, you know what? I really want to buy a new iPhone. I really want to buy a new iPhone or a new TV. Let's do the TV. I want to buy a big flat screen TV. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so nice. Let's sell my computer and I'll buy the beautiful TV. What a stupid and miserable and foolish activity, right? And you sold. Let's imagine you have sold your computer. Everything was here. It was there, right? Your English, your podcast, your book was there. All your exercises, all your platforms, and you've bought a beautiful TV. First moments, you're like, "Wow, I do have my TV. What a good thing! Oh, I can watch things there, right?" And then you miserably realizing that, "Oh my God, I've just sold all my English exercises. All my exercises, all my books, all my podcasts, all my activities were there on my computer. Oh my God. No options to learn English anymore." So that is a very short-term thinking. We need to think long-term about the future, about the things which are coming up to us, right? When we do a stupid mistakes here and now, we see the miserable future. Miserable, it means very weak, very unfriendly, very unsuccessful future. And when the person is miserable, he's having these qualities of unsuccessfulness, okay? No success and weaknesses, a lot of weaknesses, right? Fear, depression. It makes people miserable. And the absence of opportunities makes people miserable as well. But we don't want it. You have this wonderful podcast. You listen to the podcast every day. You do your exercises and you don't want to sell your instruments. You don't want to sell your phone or your computer or your books because you're using them every day and you study the language day after day after day. And there are no reasons to fail because you're doing it consciously, purposefully, on your daily day basis, and you're achieving your results here and now. Yes, maybe you feel, today I was speaking not good. Today I've made a lot of mistakes. But please don't pay attention to your mistakes. So think or look into the future. Look out there. There is a point in the future where you can speak English effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. And this moment is there. And your repeated action gives you the opportunity to achieve that goal. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us, guys, today. And I wish you a lot of love to you all, guys. Visit the emotionalenglish.ru/event to reserve your seat. I'm repeating it again, emotionalenglish.ru/event. It's important because emotionalenglish.ru, it's just the website of our podcast, and it's not working yet, but emotionalenglish.ru/event is working. Reserve your seats now. Apply for my tryout English lessons on danilabondarenko.ru, and I see you very soon. Have an amazing week. Have an amazing experience with your English learning process. Be cool, be nice, be happy. See you later, alligators. See you very soon. Bye-bye.